Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M53 55. It's the Tier 9 American SPG and it's located on the west spawn of Studzianki and it's under the command of Bobby Socks 1942. Now I can tell from the short fat barrel that this is the 8-inch howitzer, which makes it the M55 as used by the US Army. It says that on the front of the vehicle actually as well. And it's a What Arty Noobs one because it's got our logo on the side as well, courtesy of Sir Rusty.
Let's go.
Okay, battle has started. Now the M55 has got alpha damage of 1050 hit points, but it can only penetrate up to 52mm of armour. So unless it gets a lucky shot hitting the top armour of an enemy vehicle, it might have difficulty penetrating the vehicle, but it can certainly shake it to death with HE Splash. Now it's based on the chassis of the M47 medium tank, and they were built during 1942 to 1966. They were used in Vietnam, not in Korea though, and it's one of these tanks where the actual gun is where the front of the tank would normally be, and the engine is actually at the front of the tank now. So it's like a tank that was turned about face, and they put the gun at the back, which was the front of a tank. And it's on a turret, which means it's got a very wide field of fire. Now you can probably see that by looking at the minimap. You can see he can actually fire over quite a wide arc. And the target he's looking at now is an M41 Bulldog, and fires around at it. Wasn't fully dialed in though, but he does get a splash with 374 hit points and 15 seconds of stun, but we lose sight of him, so we don't know if that stun continued. Right, reload is normally between, well, 32 seconds, 33 seconds long. Can sometimes get it faster. Round out on the FB402, and he got a direct hit on the front of that vehicle. He shouldn't have poked his nose around the corner. Big mistake, and he's now, and he's gone. He took a hit from a T57 heavy. Probably took 2 rounds and that was it, out of the game. Now there is an ELC 790, I think, in the gap. Now, I wonder if he's pulled back. Or is it? No, it was a Lurther in the gap. We've got an ELC 790 just around the corner. I beg your pardon. Okay, over here we've got an Object 430. Soviet Tier 9 medium tank. Now, rounds out. Oh, yes! Yes! Direct hit on the rear of the vehicle for 116 hit, 1,116 hit points. Oh my god. And we picked up some stun assist immediately afterwards, so I suspect that Object 430 regrets making a decision to move up there, because he's lost nearly all of his hit points with just one shot. Actually, we've got a reload time, according to the counter, 33.29 seconds. Okay, we're loaded, ready to go, and there was an enemy tank, an Emil 1, showing near the church, but the Lurther is still going down the gap. Trying to work out where we can put a shot in. We fired in. It's going to miss. Yep. I could have said that was going to miss before it actually went out. Well, the thing is, then you're firing into a dip like that. You've got a ridgeline. The aim point is very, very narrow. If you want to hit a target that's in a dip like that, you have to lead the target because it's moving. And it really is a matter of teasing the aim over the edge of the ridgeline to see if you can get some red onto the tank. That is, if the aiming shows any red caused by the vehicle moving through the field. Oh, that was the direct hit. He definitely hit the nail there. I will explain that again for any people who didn't get it. When you're shooting in a tank that's over a ridgeline, the tank, when it moves up the ridgeline, will break the field of fire. So if you aim just over the edge of any ridgeline and the tank comes up, it shows or breaks the field of fire, and you see, or breaks the fall of shot, and you can see some red, and then you know you're going to hit the tank, and that's the only time you can should fire, because then you're more than likely going to get the target. Well, we've got plenty of tanks down this end, but the UDES is sitting next to us. The Lurver's still there. Now this is where what I was saying would actually come true. He fired a round in, but it landed short. Now he did tease the aim point over the top of the tank to see if he could get some red on it. Keeps looking at the Lurver. Now this is where it might actually work. He's almost loaded. If he extends the aim past the back of the Lurver and he sees if he gets any red at all, then he's on target. Well, he was on target that time. 462 hit points. And I'm pretty sure that Lurver's now one shot. That Emil's going to probably take a couple of shots to kill. You still can't see the Lurver. He hasn't come up from the dip. Oh, there he is again. Now, is he teasing it? Not yet. But now will be the time to do it. And the moment he breaks that... Yes, he got a hit. But he didn't kill it. It still left it on 89 hit points. And we lost the Scorpion G. And the GW Tiger P worked out where we were. He must have been advised by the Lurver. And he's hit us with a round, and we've lost 153 hit points. And Bobby Socks is going to move his vehicle quickly, and he needs to, because the enemy GW is going to be looking for his next tracer to work out where he is, and he might actually fire at the same spot again. That T-34 didn't last very long. Scorpion G over in that corner. Okay, he's marked the target. The Scorpion G has been tracked. Rounds out. And got a splash for 295. He needs to relocate though. He shouldn't stay where he is right now, because that Tiger P is looking for him. If that GW Tiger P saw this tracer from his last shot, he might be about to receive another round. In the meantime, he's about to shoot at that 50 TP to the north. Almost ready to go. Work out where it's going to be. Fire the round in, and... well, it's a good splash. 362 hit points, 2 critical hits. I think he tracked him. That E100 is going to be very difficult to hit because the building's in the way. We can't see how much damage the 50 TP is showing now. Oh, he's told his team where he's aiming, and the convoy's come up on top of the mount, and we've only got an IS-3 nearby to stop him. There's the 50 TP. We're going after the convoy. Rounds out. It's going to miss. Yep, it did. Unfortunately, that convoy was still moving. He didn't work out where it was going, and the IS-3's gone down to the convoy. So we're still reloading. Now, luckily, our tanks have succeeded in clearing any of the opposition in the south. And they're now moving north along the centre. There's only 5 enemy tanks remaining. Well, 4 now, because that E100 just got taken out of the game by our Type 4 Heavy. That means we know we've got a convoy up to the north. We know the E100 is in the factory. That means there's 2 tanks that we don't know the whereabouts. And one of those is a tank destroyer, the Object 704. The other's the GW Tiger P. And the 704 has just been found near the enemy cap area. And I suspect that the GW Tiger P is near. Yeah, there he is. He's actually at the back. Rounds out on the 704. Should be a good shot. It is! Direct hit. And the GW Tiger P goes down to our Object 416. The Object 704 is now stunned, and he's got very low hit points, so we're picking up stun assist. And he won't last very much longer. They got the 704. Udez got him. So it's just the E100 and the Conway. And the Conway is still up on that mount somewhere. He hasn't come down from there. But he's probably trying to shoot through those bushes. We can't get a shot on the E100. But we don't need to. The Carnarvon's gone. Got him. So it's just the Conway. And Bobby Sox is now indicating that that's where he's aiming. Other team members are saying that the Conway retreated to A0, right at the far northeast corner of the map. But several shells are going into that corner. He fired at the last known position of the Conway. That sometimes does work because... there is the Conway, and he's dead. So that's game over. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. Well, it's a first class tanker for Bobby Sox 1942 in the M53, M55. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 13 in that one. And he picked up a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his vehicle. Actually, it should say 10. He also picked up a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else, at least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by others. And of course, he didn't get any kills at all during that game, so just about everything he touched contributed to that Confederate. So let's have a look at the win 8 before we go. 3967, so CPU income standard. Let's have a look at team scores. Well, you can see there, actually he did get the highest damage. 4,686 hit points of damage overall. He didn't get the high caliber, just got the Gore's medal and the Confederate. The Super Conqueror managed to get a Spartan. Let's have a look at the highest scores when it came to kills. That was the Object 416. He managed to get 4 kills. The Conway on the enemy team managed to get 3. And then we've got a whole bunch of tanks who got 2 kills apiece. But when it came to base XP, it was the Object 416 who did best. He got 1,105. And then Bobby Sox from 1942 managed to get 1,067. Followed by the Carnarvon at 1,043. Let's have a look at the detail report. Well, he fired 13 rounds. He got 6 direct hits, 1 penetration, and 11 splash on the enemy. Damage of 4,686 hit points. All of it at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit as a result of splash damage. That was from the GW Tiger P, who managed to work out where he was, but didn't get a very accurate shot to take him out. He damaged 9 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, so obviously that's why he picked up the Confederate. And he also did 2,207 hit points of stun assist of 12 stuns, and that's why he picked up such a high XP score. On the premium count, he picked up 66,170 credits, got 33,085 for personal reserve bonus, and 33,085 for completing the mission and events. So his total came to 132,339 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply and consumables, he actually took away 93,144 credits overall. He received 6 bonds for getting the Gore's medal and for getting the Confederate. And he also picked up 1,600 XP, 640 for completing the mission and events, took away 2,240 XP altogether. So a pretty good game, and he says, my highest damage ever, Confederate Gores and Mastery 1. Well, very good. In fact, actually, it was the first class mastery he's had in the M53, M55. And I'd say to him as advice, keep at it, because it won't be long before you have an ace tanker in this. It's a fantastic Arty. It really is great fun. It's quite fast. The gun is very good. And in fact, actually, it's one of the few Arty that's actually got gun depression. So if you do happen to shotgun someone and you have to, you can always shoot them over a ridgeline. And funnily enough, I've seen other players do this. And it's very surprising when you do, because they think, how can an Arty have gun depression? That's amazing. But it's a really good Arty, the M53, 55. If you're a new player, I'd recommend you get to this one as quickly as possible, because you will have immense fun with it. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.